Hello everyone, very good evening. Leela here from ExcelR EDL team. So yeah, I welcome you all to the session, and today I would like to give you an idea how you can access our LMS. Yesterday we already had introduced ourselves, and again we thought of introducing our LMS dashboard for your better understanding. Okay, so team, I'll quickly share my screen and give you the idea. Himawant, can you please stop sharing your screen? Yeah, thank you. So team, I believe you already have received a mail from ExcelR saying that, yeah, one moment. So in order to set your password, we would already have sent you an email. So if you click on the link, you will be able to set your password with the registered mail ID. Okay, once you have been setting your password, you can come to our website, which is onlinelearning.excelr.com, or else you can directly click on this link in the mail. Welcome to the introduction to or programming in Tableau. In this mail, if you can see an URL here, onlinelearning.excelr.com. If you can click on this link, you will be redirected to our web page, and where you will be seeing an option called sign in. Okay, so once you click on this sign in, you will be able to see this drop down dialog box where you can mention the register mail ID. So I'm trying to give the register mail ID of mine. And the password which I have set up using the mail which I received from ExcelR. Okay. So once I have mentioned all the credentials, and I will be redirected to the dashboard where I will be seeing the very first tab as home. So under today's session, whenever there is a session, you will be seeing an option called join. Okay, suppose today the session is introduction to R programming and Tableau session 2. So you will be able to see this join button, and if you can click on this button, you will be redirected to the Zoom meeting. Okay, and there is another way where you can join the session. So if you click on this classroom called introduction to R programming and Tableau, you will be able to see these two options. The first option as curriculum and the second as meet. If you click on this meet, every day under calendar, you will see the session timetable. So under today's session, you will see an option again as join. So either of these two ways work, whether you can join from the today's session tab or else from this meet option in the classroom. Okay, so coming to the curriculum, the first tab consists of attendance. As we already mentioned yesterday, you are supposed to give your attendance response every day in order to get a participation certificate from ExcelR. Okay. So team, we highly recommend you to attend all the sessions and submit your attendance every day. So once you acquire 60% of the attendance of this program, we will give you the participation certificate from ExcelR for this particular program. Okay, under this second session, materials and recordings, in case if you fail to attend the live session, you can also view the recording available in this dashboard. For suppose yesterday you might have not joined the session, so when you come to the dashboard under materials and recordings, you will be able to see this day one's recording. If you can click on this, you can see the recording of yesterday's session. So whenever you have feasible time, you can come to the dashboard and you can watch the recordings available. And in case if you fail to attend the live session from Zoom, you can come to every day. Like suppose today is day 2, right? If you click on this play button, you will be able to see the live, which is happening now. Okay, if you fail to attend the Zoom session, you can also view the recording from this dashboard itself by clicking on this play video. So this is how you can access our dashboard to join the sessions. And once the session is done, we will upload the necessary materials for your preparation. So you can find all the materials uploaded in the dashboard under everyday video recording. Okay, and also once the program is done, we will also upload the assignments so you can practice by yourself. In case if you have not received any kind of access to have the access for this LMS dashboard, please drop us an email to edl@excelr.com. So our team is going to give you the access. So team, you can access our programs anytime. Okay, so this access will be given to you for lifetime. So whenever you are available, whenever you want to watch the recordings, you can come to the dashboard and you can watch the recordings and you can access the materials. Okay, and also do not forget to submit your attendance, and the link is active in between 8:30 to 9:30. Okay, thank you, Tim. That's all from my end. Thank you, Varun. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Let us start our session. So today we are going to continue with our R programming concepts. We will look at something simpler, much more easier for us to understand, and we'll try to do some analysis. So now, yesterday we were looking at some of these commands, what we were working with in our discussion. So today we are going to discuss some more examples in this manner. So let us look at some more commands. So we'll start from the help function, what we have here. So now we are saying help cat. So what is the meaning of cat? Let us try to understand. Cat means concatenation. So you want to concatenate and print your results. That is what you want to do. So now, whenever you want to understand any function, yesterday we have seen you can give a question mark and you can write the name of the function. In the same manner today, you can say help and you can give the name of whatever operation you want to do. I want to concatenate, so I'm saying help cat. So this is the information, what it is giving. Now, this is a new string, what I'm going to create. It is called as world for us. Now I want to say concatenate hello, and I want to join this word called as world. And I want to store the results in this text file. So what is that I want to do? Okay. So what is that we want to do? We want to now concatenate. We want to concatenate this word hello with our string. What is our string? Our string is this word world, and you want to store it in this file catexample.txt. So let us do that. So now we have concatenated. So where is this file? This file is present in our documents. So let us go to our documents. And then let us see our file cat example. So we have hello world. So this is the file what we are able to see. So we have joined two words now. Hello, we have joined, and also we have joined world. So this is a simple example of how you can perform your concatenation operation. Now this is our working directory. So if you say list.files, and then if you change your directory to documents, change your directory to documents, and now you are going to see all the files. So you have our file catexample.txt. This file is there first. Catexample.txt file is there. Now if you want to read the file, you can use the same function what we have used yesterday, read.table, and then file is equal to catexample.txt. Press Control Enter, and then this is what you have. Hello, you have world. This is the output of what you have. So we have explored our concatenation function or cat function in short, you can call it. Next, you can also use your sync function. So what does your sync function do? It is going to send whatever output you are going to create, it is going to send that out to a file. That is the purpose of your sync. Sync my output to a file. So what is that we are doing? First, we are creating this sync sample.txt. Create that. And then we are creating a simple list of values. This is called a list of values for us. So we are saying x is equal to c 1, 3, 4, 5, 10. This is what we are saying. So it is going to create a list of all these values for us. 1, 3, 4, 5, 10. So let us create this list and then print mean of x. So what is the output? It is going to print your mean of x. Then print class of x. What is the class? Print median of x. What is the median? And now I'm saying sync. So what is that we have done? We have applied all these functions on our x. So now let us go and find out where this text is. So go here, go to sync example. So you see it is giving us the output. What is the mean of our values? 4.6. So mean of all these values. 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 10. So 8, 13, 23 divided by 5. This is 4.6 for us. And then class of x. Class of x is, these are all numbers for us. So you are seeing the output as numeric. And then median of x. What is the median? It is always the middle value. So middle value is 4 for us. So the same thing you are able to understand. So median values. So this is how you can find out what are the results of all the functions that you have applied: mean function, class function, median function, and you can see the result. So you can get the output to a file. Now, help, you are using another function called as write.csv. So this write.csv, it is going to help you write our data. So yesterday there was a question, can we create our own data instead of working on our iris data? So this is the example. So we can create our own data in this manner, and then we can write the file to whichever CSV file you want to write, and you can store that file. So this is what we are doing. So now these are all your different lists, what you are creating: X, Y, and Z. These are all different types of lists, what you are creating. So let us create these lists. So this is X, this is my Y, this is my Z first. So these are all different types of lists, what we are creating. And then what is that we are doing? We are using a cbind function. We are using a column bind function. So column bind function is going to combine all this data in the form of columns first. In the form of columns. So let us combine our data. Cbind x comma y comma z. So we have combined all our data now. Now if you want to check what is the result, this is our data. So these are our three columns, x, y, and z. And then we have our data. 1, 3, 4, 5, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. This is our data. Now we are saying write.csv, write this data to a file. And this is the file name what I mean. And row names is equal to false. So I don't want any row names. I don't want any names for my rows. This is what I'm saying. Row names is equal to false. So let us write our file. So now the results are stored in the file what we have, csv write.csv. Now if you want to read the contents, what is the function you can use? Read.csv, and you can read our file, csv write.csv. So you are able to read all the contents of your file. If you say x, y, z, so these are the contents of your file. So you have three columns. You have x, y, and z. And then you have all these values 1, 3, 4, 5, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So you have these columns. So this is how you can create your own data, and you can write to a file, and you can store the data in that file first. And then you can read using this function called as read.csv first. So this is what you can do. Now let us try to discuss some more functions. So we had some questions yesterday. Is there any possibility for uploading our data set from the outside? So yes, we are going to see that in our discussion today, how to upload our data from the outside, and then how to work on that data set we are going to discuss. So instead of working with a ready-made data set, like Iris data set, what do you do? So let us discuss those examples. So first thing I'll show you how to upload your data. So for that, let me remove all these things. let me clear my output. So if you want to remove all the objects that you have created here, you can simply click on this broomstick. There is a broom here, which will help you clear all the objects, whatever you have created, all the variables, whatever you have created. You can use that broomstick and you can clean your workspace. Then if you want to clear this output, what is the shortcut for us? If you want to clear this output, if you press Ctrl and L on your keyboard. So if you press Ctrl and L on your keyboard, you will be able to clear your output screen. So this is what you can do. So after clearing your output screen, what is that we are going to do? We are going to see how to upload our data set in our R Studio. We are going to see from the outside how to do this. So now I'm going to use one simple data set which is called as MBA data set. Okay, MBA.csv file. So now go to import here and then select from text. And then here you are going to look for that file, MBA.csv. So this is the file what you are having, MBA.csv. These are the three columns: data serial number, work experience, and GMAT. These are the three columns what we are having. Now, what is the name of this data frame? It is MBA. You can always change this data set. You can always change. And then you can leave everything as it is. And if you scroll down, there is an option called as import data set first. So now you have successfully imported our data set first. So this data set has been imported. So it is MBA data set what you have imported. You have 773 observations. And then you have three variables. So what are your three variables? You have data serial number. And then you have work experience. And then you have GMAT. We have these three columns here. So any file you want to import, you have to go here, click on import, and you have to select here. So if it is an Excel file, you can select this option from Excel. If it is a SPSS file, you can select this option from SPSS. If it is a SAS file, you can select this option from SAS, from Stata. So we are going to explore going forward on different files, Excel files, SAS files, and all. And we are going to work out some examples. So this is what we are going to see. So now we have imported our data set. First job is done for us. Then what you can do is you can write small comments. For example, you can use a function called as view function. So view function, when you apply, it is going to help you view your data set. You can take a look at the data set that you are working with, how many columns you have, how many rows you have, all these things you can find out. So remember that all the functions, whatever you are using in R, they are all case sensitive for us. That means you have to make sure how to apply this function. So view function, if you see, V is capital letter for us and all the others are small letters. So this format you have to follow in case of your view function. So let us apply view MBA. What is the result you are going to get? Press Control Enter. So you are able to take a look at your data set first. Data serial number, work experience, and GMAT first. Now, suppose if I give view function in all small letters, observe what is going to happen. If I write MBA, if I press Control Enter, it is going to give me an error. What is this error that I am getting? Could not find function view. So it is not able to recognize what is this function, and therefore it is not giving us any result. So we are not able to get any result. So you have to be careful whenever you are writing these functions. So view MBA, this is what we have said. So press Control Enter, and then you will be able to see all your data set. Now, if you want to know how this view function works, then you can give question mark and you can say the name of the function. So it is going to tell you. So it is going to invoke a spreadsheet style data viewer. So you can view your data like a spreadsheet first. That is the help function what you can use if you want to know how to apply this function on your data. Now, suppose if you want to extract some information on your data set, so you can always use some basic functions for extraction of your data. For example, mean function you can apply. Mean MBA $GMAT you can say. And then it is going to find out what is the mean of your GMAT column. So press Control Enter here. Then it is going to give you what is the average GMAT score in our class. So what is this dollar sign that you are using? In Excel, you would have used dollar for referring to a cell. So in the same manner, you are going to use dollar for refer to any column present in your data set. You can use your dollar sign as a reference symbol for us. You can use this dollar sign. So mean MBA dollar in GMAT first. Similarly, if you want to find out mean for your work experience column, then again use your mean function. Mean MBA dollar work experience. So what is the average for my work experience column? It is 57.50. So like these small functions you can apply. And then you can find out what is the mean. Similarly, median if you want to find out. So there is a ready-made function for us. You can say median and you can say MBA dollar GMAT. It is going to tell you what is the median for your GMAT column. If you give median MBA dollar work experience, then it is going to tell you what is the median of your work experience column. So let us apply these functions. Median MBA dollar GMAT. Then you have your GMAT column value. If you say median MBA dollar work experience, it is going to give you what is the median value for your work experience. What is the middle value? Median is nothing but what is the middle value in your data. So ready-made functions we are using. Median dollar sign is nothing but I told you it is used to refer to your columns. So whenever you want to refer to any of the columns present in a data set file, what is the data set you are working with? MBA. So inside this MBA data set, you have three columns first. You have data serial number, you have GMAT, you have work experience. Now, if you want to refer to this column, then you are supposed to say MBA $GMAT. If you want to refer to this column, then you have to say MBA $work experience. So I'm saying apply my median on my MBA data set and on my work experience column. So it is going to apply the median function on this column. So that is the logic. So far we have seen mean and median operations. Now what more you can do? You can also find out what is the mode. So how are you going to find out your mode? If you simply type mode, let us see what is going to happen. Mode MBA $. So now it is not giving us the answer. It is simply telling us it is numeric. But I want to know what is the mode. Then what is the option that we have? We can install our packages. So there are some packages which are available for us. And inside these packages, you are going to have some functions. So inside these packages, you are going to use some functions. So what is the first step? We have to install package. What is the package we are going to install? For finding out mode, we are going to install a package called as modist. So modist means mode estimation first. You want to estimate what is the mode. You want to find out what is the mode. So install that package. How are you going to install? Write some small commands for us. Install the packages. Then you can say modist. So this is the first command what you're supposed to give, and then press Control Enter. So it is asking me, do you want to restart R? I don't want to restart my R. Click on No here. So then it is telling me that package modist has already been installed. So we have already installed this. That is the message what we are getting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to install my package. So now we are installing our package modist. So this is how it is going to install. So now we are getting this message. It is telling us package modist has been successfully unpacked. So you have installed your modist package. So this is what you have done. Now what you are going to do, after installing, you have to invoke that package. So you have to basically tell R that I want to use this library called as modist. So how are you going to tell R? You can simply say library modist. So I want to use this library. I want to use this module called as modist. So press Control Enter, library modist. So successfully you have loaded your library modist. Then what you are going to say after saying library modist, then inside this modist library, there is one function called as MFV first. What is MFV full form? It stands for most frequently occurring value. So most frequently occurring value in our data set we can find out by using this ready-made function MFV. So most frequently value is nothing but our mode. Mode can be defined as most frequently occurring value in our data. What you can do? You can say MFV, and in brackets you can say MBA dollar GMAT. So it is going to find out what is the mode of your GMAT column. So press Control Enter, and then you are going to get the result. What is the mode of your GMAT column? It is 700. This is the mode. So in the same way, you can say MFV, MBA dollar work experience. Then it is going to give you what is the mode for your work experience column we are going to do. So what is the mode value? Again, you can press Control Enter. So this is going to tell you this is the mode, most frequently occurring value in your data. So this is how you can calculate your measures of central tendency like mean, median, mode using our simple calculations, simple functions. We are able to apply them on our data. So and we can get our results. So that is how you can apply these functions. Now, what are the other functions that you can use on your data set? For example, let us use summary. So if I say summary MBA, then what is the information it is giving us? For every column, we are getting some basic information such as what is the minimum value in your GMAT column, what is the first quartile value, what is the median value, what is the mean value, what is the third quartile value, and what is the maximum value. So for now, ignore these terms, first quartile and second quartile. Later on in our discussions, we are going to understand what the meaning of these terms are. For now, you focus on what is the minimum value in your GMAT column, what is the median value, what is the mean value, what is the maximum value. So without writing any functions, you are able to get some basic information about different columns in your data set. So what is the function that we have used? We have used summary function here. Now if I say summary MBA dollar GMAT, if I then you see only for my GMAT column, I am able to get my result. So what is the minimum value? What is the median value? What is the mean value? What is the maximum value? For our column, we are able to simply get these results by using a simple function called as summary function. So that is what you can use for getting an overview, getting a basic idea about your information present in different columns in your data set. So apart from summary function, what more you can do? If you see, whatever functions I have applied, mean, median, MFP, always I'm trying to say mean MBA dollar GMAT. So median MBA dollar GMAT. So if I don't want to mention this, if I simply want to say what is the mean of my GMAT column, find out. If I simply want to say what is the median of my GMAT column, then how can I say? So is there any possibility that we can simply give the name of the column name and you can simply get the result? So for that, you have to use a function which is called as attach function first. So now there is a function called as attach function. So attach function now is going to help us. So what is the output you are getting here? What is the message you are getting? The following objects are masked from MBA. So it has masked all these objects. That means it can recognize now these objects. What is GMAT? What is work experience? What is data serial number? It can recognize first. So now if you simply say MFV GMAT, you don't have to give $GMAT. Or if you say mean GMAT first, press Control N. So directly it is going to give us the result. It is not going to throw any error for us. It is directly going to give us the result. So mean of GMAT first. Similarly, you can say median of GMAT. So again, it is going to give you the answer. 710 first. You can say MFV of GMAT. You can press Control Enter. So like this, it is going to work. So what is the attach function doing for us? Attach function is attaching our MBA data. So if you say question mark attach, okay. So attach function, the database is attached to our R search part. This means the database is searched by R while evaluating variables. So objects in your database can be accessed by simply giving their names. Simply you are giving the names now. GMAT name you are giving. You are giving work experience name. Simply you are giving your data serial number name. So this database, this data set is getting stored in your R. So now whenever you give a name, it is going to search for this name in the data sets present in R. It is going to search for this name and it is going to give us the result. If this object is present in any of the data sets in R, then it is going to use that object and it is going to apply whatever function we are seeing. If we say mean, it is going to apply that function on the object. If you say median, it is going to apply that function on the object. If you say mode, it is going to apply that function on the object. So that is what it is doing. It is going to look for the variables in the database present in R. So now mean of GMAT, when we are able to find out what is the mean of your GMAT file. So it is going to look for this variable name GMAT and it is going to find out what is the mean value. Similarly, median, similarly mode. And find out what is the summary of your GMAT. All the information that you have seen just now, you are going to again get this information. All this information we are going to summary. So that is the purpose of attach. So no need of mentioning always MBA dollar. Just look for my GMAT column in this data set. Look for my experience column in this data set. So no need of mentioning the equation and all. So y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1x plus beta 2x plus beta 3x. All these are your different variables, x1, x2, x3. So always you cannot say MBA dollar, MBA work experience, MBA dollar data serial number, like work experience plus MBA dollar data serial number. So instead of spending too much of time in writing these kind of equations, you can simply say GMAT plus work experience plus data serial number is equal to Y. It's going to save us time. That is the purpose of using your attach functions. So now what more you can do? If you want to convert, if you want to detach your data set, so what is the function you can use? You can simply say detach. So observe what I'm going to do. We are going to say detach MBA. So now my MBA data set has been detached. Now what do you think is going to happen? If you give summary of GMAT, it is going to give us error because it is not going to look for this variable in your data sets. It is simply going to say object not found. When you say summary GMAT. So it is still giving us an answer. Why do you think this is happening? Because we may have given attach function more than once. So let me again detach it. So now we are getting error. So we are saying object GMAT not found first. So this is the error what you are going to get. So now if you try giving median MBA, it is going to give us one error. Median MBA, it is throwing some error. Let us say median GMAT, it is throwing some error. Object GMAT not found. So that is the error what you are getting. So that is the logic. So attach and detach functions, you can use them like this, in this manner. So far we have discussed view function, we have discussed mean, we have discussed median, we have discussed MFV, then summary function we have seen, and then we have seen our attach functions and detach functions we have seen. So remember all these functions. How you can import our data set also we have discussed. Importing our data set. So on cloud, how are you going to import your data set? Let us try to take an example of our cloud. What we have seen in yesterday's session. Go to your browser, simply say R Studio Cloud and go here. Click on login and then let me come out of this. Click on login and then you are going to say login with Google. Give your email ID. And then remove all these things. Click on new project. Click on RStudio. So just wait for a few seconds. So now you can click on this plus button, select R script. Now observe on RStudio Cloud, it is slightly different. So you have to go here first, upload option. So upload your data set. Click on upload, choose a file, and then you are going to say What is the name of your data set? MBA. Click on that file, click on open. So you have this data set here, mba.csv is there. Click on OK. Now you have uploaded your data set onto your cloud server. You have uploaded your data set onto your cloud server. Then what you are going to do? Then again you see this option, import data set. So what you are going to do here? You are going to click on import data, and then you have to select from text base. Select the first option, from text base, and then you have to select this file name, mba.csv. This file name you have to select and click on open. So then exactly what you have seen before in your R Studio on your local machine, what you have seen, we are able to see the same thing on your R Studio Cloud. The same thing you are able to see. And then what you are going to do, you can come down here, you can scroll down and you can click on import. So now you have imported your data set. Your data set has been imported into your R Studio Cloud environment. So now it is the same procedure for us. Apply all the functions that we have discussed here. There is no difference. You can say view, MBA, press Control Enter. You will be able to see your data set. Then you can try out all our functions. Mean, MBA, $GMAT. Median, there is no difference in the codes, whatever you are writing. For mode, you have to install our package. So I'm going to show you another way. One way, writing these commands. So this way we have already seen. So this way we have already seen now, installed packages. What is another way is, if you go to packages here, there is an option called as install. So click on install here, and then you can select what is the name of the package, Modis. To select this package, Modis, click on install. So then wait for some time. It is going to install our Modis package. So now it has installed our Modis package. So this is our Modis package, what we have installed now. Now what you are going to do after installing the package, you can simply say library Modis. You want to use this library, and then if you say mfv mba.gmat, it is going to give you what is the mode. So any which way is comfortable for you, either installing the package from here or writing the command, anything is fine for us, as long as you are able to install the package. It is perfectly fine for us. Then same functions you can apply. Summary functions, everything is same. Summary, and I can say MBA. So it is going to give me basic information. Then I can try out my attach functions, detach functions, all these things are same for us. There is no difference. So attach MBA data, or I should say attach MBA. And then I can come down and I can say mean GMAT first. So this is the mean value of your GMAT call. Then again, help functions, everything is same. Simply you can say question mark and you can give mean, Control Enter. Same thing, it is going to take you to your R document. So same thing, whatever we are doing is same. You cannot install all the packages at once because you may be working on different programs, and then individually you have to understand what is the requirement of each and every program, and then separately you have to install your package. Okay, don't try to install all the packages, whatever is not helpful also, because it is not going to help us in our programs. So only install what is required for each and every program. So now, so there could be one question, how do we save this file? We are working on the cloud. So how are we going to save this file? Click on file here and then click on save as. Now give it some name. I'm going to give R program. Okay, then you can say save. So now you see the program name has been changed, rprogram.r. So now you have to go to files here. So you see this. This is the file, rprogram.r. So now what you are going to do, click on this box here, rprogram.r, and then go to more, and you can see export. So go to more here and click on export, and then click on download. So now what has happened? You see, the program what you have created has been downloaded onto your machine. So whatever work you have done, you are able to save it like this. Then again, you can upload this file into your R Studio. And you can start working. So again, what you can do, you can close this file here that is not required for us. And then you can say upload and choose a file. And now our program you have, click on open. So now this is the file, what you have here. Just now what you have downloaded, again you have uploaded this file. Now you can click on file here and then you can say open file. And after open file, you have to select rprogram.r and click on open. So again, now file is ready for us. And you can start working on the file. So this is how you can take maximum advantage of your RStudio cloud environment, and you can start working on your programs, start working on your concepts. So that is the idea. So far, so good. We have discussed some functions in our discussion. So going forward also, we'll be discussing more functions, more analysis we'll do, some more visualizations, different types of charts, all these things we are going to create. So for now, let us take a break here for 10 minutes. And then we are going to come back after the break and we'll continue our discussion. So take a break of 10 minutes. Yeah. Let us continue our discussion. So we just took a break for 10 minutes here. So that is the reason why you are not able to hear my voice. So now we are back again for the session. Let us continue our discussion. So far we have seen all these functions. Now let us try out something called as structure, STR of MBA. So tell me what is the structure of my data set MBA. So press Control Enter. So it is going to give you information about what is the structure of your MBA data set. So your MBA data set is having 773 observations, and then it is having 3 variables for us. So your MBA data set, yeah, you can join, all of you who have gone for a break. You can always come back. You should be able to see my screen without any difficulty. Just log out and log in again. You'll be able to see the screen. So we are trying to apply our structure function on MBA. The structure function is going to give us information about what is your MBA data set, how many rows it is having, how many columns it is having. It is going to give that information. And then every column you see, these are having integer values. Data serial number is having integer value. Then work experience is having integer value. Then GMAT is having integer value. So all these columns are having integer values first. So what is the data type? It is going to give information about your structure function. Now if you see dollar sign, so now you can understand why dollar sign we have used. So if you want to collect all these values, then how are you going to refer? You're going to say MBA dollar data serial number. If you want to collect all these values, then how are you going to refer? MBA dollar work experience. So that is why we were using our reference symbol dollar. So MBA dollar work experience, MBA dollar G. So this is another new function what you have tried out, structure function. Then similarly, you can also find out what is the variance. What is the simplest definition of variance? Variety of information. Variance is nothing but variety of information. So if you have more variety of information, then there is more variance in your data. Variance is equal to information purpose. Remember this concept. Variance is equal to information. Now apply variance. MBA dollar GMAT. Find out what is the variance on your GMAT column. Variance is 860.81. This is the variance of your GMAT column. Then what is the variance of your work experience column? Again, variance for your work experience column is 750. So which column is having more information now? GMAT column is having more information compared to your work experience column. What is the reason? Because variance for GMAT is more than variance for your work experience column. So simple example is take 2 columns here. One is ball color, another is ball price. Now ball color is having red, red, red. Ball price is having 50, 100, 150. So which column variance is 0? Ball color column variance is 0. What is the reason? There is no variety of information. Which column you have variance? Ball price column you have variance. That means you have variety of information. So ball price column is helpful in our analysis. Always remember that. In your data set, some columns are not going to help you. So you can simply drop these kind of columns, which are going to have variance is equal to 0 for us. So that is how you can apply the concept of your variance in your data analysis. That is the logic. So you can find out what is the variance of your GMAT column, what is the variance of your work experience, and what about your standard deviation. Standard deviation is nothing but square root of variance. So how can you find out your standard deviation? Again, use our function st, and you can find out what is the variance of your GMAT column. You can find out what is your variance of your work experience. Variance and then standard deviation of your GMAT column, standard deviation of your work experience. The standard deviation is nothing but it is square root of variance. Then you can also apply your range function. If you say range MBA dollar work experience, then what is the information you are getting? You are getting information about what is the minimum value in your work experience column 9. What is the maximum value in your work experience column? It is called as 279. So you can understand this. So range function. What is the range of your values in different columns in your data set? Range MBA dollar GBA. So now you can find out what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value. So minimum our students have scored 600, maximum our students have scored 780 in their GMAT exam. So this is the information what we are. Now, so far we have seen all our ready-made functions we have seen. That means all the functions which are already present in R, we were discussing. Now, can I write my own custom function? Is it possible for us to create our own small functions and then apply them on our data? So for example, I'm going to create one function, y is equal to f of x. Y is equal to function of x. Now this function of x is going to be defined as maximum of x minus minimum of x. So y is equal to f of x, and my f of x is nothing but maximum of x minus minimum of x. This is how I'm defining my function. So how can you write this in R? You can say function of x, and in brackets you are going to say the maximum of x minus minimum of x. Okay, this is what you are going to say, and then you can store this in a variable called y. So now you have created one new function called as y. Now you have to apply this function. So you can say y, and I want to apply this on my GMAT card. So it is going to now apply this function on your GMAT card. So what is your answer going to be? Maximum of GMAT minus minimum of GMAT. This is going to be the answer. So you are defining a simple function in this manner, which can take the difference between your maximum value and minimum value, and it is going to give you the result. So that is the same thing what we are doing here. Same thing what we are doing. function f of x, and in brackets I'm saying maximum of x minus minimum of x. And then I'm storing this value in a variable called y. Press Control Enter, and then you can see y MBA dollar work experience. So what is the answer you are getting? 270. What is the maximum value? In work experience column, 279. What is the minimum value in your work experience column? 9. 279 minus 9 is 27. So this is the answer what we are getting. 270. The difference between your maximum value and minimum value. So that is how you can create your own functions. You can apply your own calculations on your data. It is possible for us. So another simple function you can create. Just copy this piece of code here and then paste it here. This time instead of minus, you can say plus. So this is a new function what we are creating. Z. Create this new function and then you can say Z MBA dollar work experience. So now you see what is the result you are getting? 288. So 279 plus 9 is 288. So that is the answer what you are getting. So you can create your own custom functions in this manner. And you can do some data analysis. So all these things you can do. Now, let us discuss some more concepts, some more analysis we'll try to do on our data. So now if you see, there are small functions what I'm going to use. What are these? Head function and tail function. Okay. So when I say head MBA, it is going to give me my top few records in my data. So if I say head MBA, it is going to give me top few records. Okay, now observe what I'm going to do. If I say head MBA comma 10, if I say, it is going to give you your first 10 records. In your data set, you are going to use. First 10 records, you can take a look at this information. Now, suppose if you say tail MBA, then what is going to happen? It is going to give you your bottom records. It is going to give you your last few records. It is going to give. Last few records present in my data set. I'm going to get this information first. Then, if I say tail MBA comma 20, then it is going to give me my last 20 records. It is going to give me. These are my last 20 records in my data set. So these are all my records. Now, if I say view tail MBA comma 20, so now there are no errors in our function. So now it is going to show you our last 20 records. From 754 onwards to our 773 records. You are going to get your last 20 records. This is what it is going to show. Now, suppose if you say MBA, and then if you say like this, what is going to be your output? I'm saying MBA with box brackets, and I'm giving one comma. Anything before comma stands for rows. Anything after comma stands for columns. So you are saying, I want all the rows in my data set. I want all the columns in my data set. This is what I'm saying. So now, if you say view, you are going to see all your observations present in your data set. So we are able to see all our observations. So what is that we have said? We have said MBA, and we are seeing it like this. Anything before comma stands for rows. Anything after comma stands for column. So remember one thing. When are you going to use your open brackets like this? Whenever you are using any functions, that time you are going to use these kind of open brackets first. Whenever you want to select any columns or rows, you want to create smaller subsets of your data set, then you are going to work with your box brackets. So open brackets you are going to use when you are working with your functions. Box brackets when you want to create subsets of your data set. That is when you are going to use your box brackets. That is the idea. Now, next you observe what we are going to do. I'm going to say MBA 1:50, comma blank. If I leave it like, then what is going to be the output? I'm saying I want my rows starting from 1 to 50. And then I want all my columns. So MBA 1:50. I want all my rows. And I want, not all my rows, sorry. I want rows 1 to 50. And I want all my columns. This is what we are saying. So now if you press Control Enter here, so you see, this is what you are getting. So you are having your record starting from 1 onwards to 50. And it is giving you all your columns information. All columns information you are able to get in this manner. Now if you see a 10:50, if you say, then it is going to give you your record starting from 10 onwards. Starting from 10 onwards, it is going to give you up to 50, all your records for all the columns that you have in your data. So you are creating smaller portions of your data. That is what you are doing. Smaller subsets of your data you are trying to create. Now, suppose if you give like this, MBA I'm saying 10 is to 50, comma, C in brackets, 1, comma. So what is that you're saying? I'm saying that I want my records starting from 10 to 50, and I want information related to column 1 and column 2. Only 2 columns information. So only 2 columns result it is going to give. If you press Control Enter, you are going to get only 2 columns. So you see only 2 columns you are getting, data, serial number and work experience. Only column 1 you are getting, column 2 results you are getting. So this is how you can create your subsets of your data. So you can slice and dice your data and you can select what portion of the data you want to analyze, and you can apply your functions on smaller portions of your data. So now the time is 8:30 for us. So already attendance link has been circulated. So please try to fill in your attendance form. That is very important for us. And then we can always come back and we can continue our session. So attendance link is already circulated. So please try to fill in your details and then you can come back and listen to us. Yeah, correct. So what if you want column 1 and column 3? Then simply give 1, comma. So it is going to give you column 1, which is data serial number, column 3, which is given. That is that. So non-contiguous columns also you can select. Contiguous means side by side. So you can select columns which are also not side by side by simply mentioning what is the position. Remember one thing in R, your row numbers are going to start with 1. So this is your row number 1, 2, 3, 4, and column numbers are also going to start with 1. So row numbers are going to start with 1, and also column numbers are also going to start with 1 in R. Why this is important is in Python, everything is going to start with 0. Your row numbers are going to start with 0, and your column numbers are also going to start with 0. So you'll have 0th row, 0th column. But here in R, everything is going to start. Indexing is going to start from first row and first column. So that is what you have to remember in R. So all of you try to fill in the attendance sheet. Now, yeah, good job everyone. So now observe what we are going to do. If I say MBA, then 10 is to 50, and then observe what I'm going to do, minus C, and I'm saying 1. So when you give minus C here, then what is the meaning is you want to exclude this part from your data set. So minus C of 1, if you say you want to exclude this column from your data. So now observe what would have happened. The first column would have gone first. Data serial number column is gone. Data serial number column is gone, and we are left with only work experience column and GMAT column. So you have successfully excluded your first column. So first column we have successfully excluded. And now suppose if you want to exclude two columns. So minus C 1, 2 if you give, then you can exclude your first and second column. Both of them are gone, and you are left only with the last column, which is your GMAT column. So two columns are gone first. Like this, you can exclude your columns. We can always do this. Minus C you give. Now, so I can create a subset in this manner. I'm saying give me my record starting from 10 to 50 and exclude my first column, data serial number, and store the results in a variable called my underscore data. So we are storing our results in a variable called my underscore data. So my underscore data one is having how many observations now? It is having 41 observations and two variables. What are those two variables? It is having your work experience and it is having GMAT. These are the two variables what you are having. So now if you see my underscore data, so we have not seen one command, right? Print we have not seen. Let us try to say print and press Control Enter. So this is your output. So it has printed your two columns, observations starting from 10 and going up to 50 for two columns, work experience and GMAT. So this is what we are doing. Now, if you say is dot numeric, what is this function is dot numeric? Is dot numeric is a function which is going to check whether your data serial number is of numeric data type or not. Whether your data serial number is having numbers or not, it is going to confirm for us. So is dot numeric, MBA dot data serial number. So what is the output? It is going to give you true. So what is the meaning of this? That means data serial number is having numeric data first. Data serial number is having numeric data. This is the piece of information what we can understand. Now again, if you want to check is dot numeric, MBA dollar work experience. If you want to check this, press Control Enter here. Again, what is the answer you are getting? True. That means these are numbers. So again, work experience is also having numeric data first. It is having numbers. Then again check in GMAT column is dot numeric. So again, GMAT column is also having our numbers. Now observe what is the function I'm going to use. So far so good. Is dot numeric we have understood. Now if we try out is dot character. Is dot character. So you see this auto completion of code is always available in R for us. So it is going to help you with what are the possible functions, auto completion of your code. So is dot character we are saying, and now I'm saying MBA dollar GMAT. I want to check whether my values in my GMAT column, are they belonging to character data type? So that means, are they having any characters? Are they text data for us? So what is the answer you are going to get? You are going to get false. So false means the data is not belonging to your character data type. It is not belonging to your character data. Now you can always convert. Remember that you can convert your data from one type to another type. You can convert. So what is that I'm saying? As dot character. I'm saying that convert my GMAT data, which is in numeric for us, into character. This is what I'm saying. Convert it into character data type. So now, as dot character MBA dollar GMAT. So convert that. So now you see, observe here. Convert my GMAT data into character and store the results in a variable called MBA3. So now you see, MBA3 is having all your GMAT data, but now they are no longer numbers. They are what for us? They are characters. How do I know they are characters? Because they have been given in quotation marks. Anything which is given in quotation marks, you have to understand that they are characters. They are characters. So this is the thing what we have to understand. These are all character data types. Now, if you want to reconvert, what is that you are going to do? You are going to say as dot numeric. So I'm saying as dot numeric, convert my MBA3 data. Convert these all character values what I have into numbers. That is what I'm saying. Convert them into numbers. So simply use the function as dot numeric. So now you see again MBA3, all the values have become again numbers. Numbers there. So now if you check for the structure of MBA, so what is it saying? Structure of MBA3 is these are all numbers. I have converted back from character to numbers. That is what I have done. I have converted back from characters to numbers. That is. So far we have started from view function, then we have discussed some mean median mode functions, and then we have talked about our variance standard deviation, attack functions, range functions we have talked about, and then we are now discussing some is dot numeric functions, as dot numeric functions for conversion, is dot character, as dot character. We are able to understand all these functions. Okay, so word is nothing but characters. If you want to convert into words, it is nothing but you are converting into characters. You are converting into text. That is what you are doing. And then we have seen some small data manipulation. We have seen how to slice and dice our data, how to break down our data into smaller subsets. So this is what we have seen. How to select your rows, your columns, how to select specific records, how to select specific columns. So all these things we have seen. Slicing and dicing of our data. Then so let us try to work on some more examples. I'll show you. So far, whatever we have done, okay, we are doing it on a data set, what we have imported from outside. Is there any possibility for us to use ready-made data sets? Yesterday we have seen one ready-made data set, iris data set. I told you we can also use other data sets. So what is it we are going to do? We are going to use some other data set. So observe, create a new file, R script, and then you can say data and give open brackets like this. So these are all the data sets what you have in this package. So you have biochemical oxygen demand, you have carbon dioxide. So all this you can use for practice. You can do small projects on these data sets. So now if you scroll down, there is one data set for us called as air quality data. So how can you load this data set now? So let us try to understand how you can load our data. So let us go back here, and then you're going to say data, give 4 colons like this, and then you're going to say air store these symbols in data. Let's say data sets. So this is what you're supposed to say. So first thing we have said data, and now inside this package called as data sets, you have all these data sets. Now we are using our air quality data set. This is about your New York quality measurements, air quality measurements. So let us load our data. So now if you see on the right hand side, our data set has been loaded. So air quality data set is ready to use for us. So 153 observations and 6 variables. So now if you say view air quality, say view air quality, and then this is our data. So we have ozone column, we have solar radiation column, we have wind column, we have temperature column, we have month column, we have day column. So all these data sets we have. So this is one data set, New York air quality data. So all these columns are. Now observe. View air quality we have said. Now, if you say head air quality, same functions I'm using, there is no change. So it is going to give you your first few records. present in our data. So same thing, head, air quality. You can give tail, air quality. So what is the spelling? Spelling is wrong. You see? Go back and check your spelling. Just control enter. These are your last 10 records. Last few records. Not last 10 records, last few. So same thing, same functions you can apply here and you can practice your concepts. There is no difference. Now observe, if I say dim, air quality, then what do you mean by dim? Dim function? Dim is nothing but dimensions. So what are your dimensions? Rows, comma, columns. So how many rows you have? 153 rows you have. How many columns you have? 6 columns. Dim, air quality. So this is what you are going to see. Now again you can play around with your summary function. I can say summary. So now you see, it is going to give you summary for all the colors. Summary for ozone, summary for solar radiation, summary for wind, temperature, month and day. All colors. It is giving you our data. And what is interesting about our data set? The data set is having null values. Your ozone column is having 37 null values. This information also you are getting. Solar radiation is having 7 null values. Na means null value. So it is also giving us information about your different columns and also which columns are having null values. That is it. That is the difference in our data set. So you can use these kind of data sets which are there in our RStudio, in our package. You can use. So air quality data set we have. Now, suppose if you want to use any other data set, chicken weight data set, if you want to use, copy this. And then you are going to say chick weight is equal to data sets, and then you are going to select. Okay, select chick weight here, and then press Control Enter. So now you can say view. View chick weight. Press Control Enter. This is our chicken weight data. So you have weight, you have time, you have chick, you have diet. Now suppose if you want to understand this data set better, what is this data set? If you want to know, then always I told you, take the help of your question mark and you can give chick weight. So chick weight data set, weight versus age of chicks on different diets. So this is the information you have. You have weight, you have time, you have chick, you have diet. So it is going to give you information. What is the source? From where are you getting this data set? Okay, some examples. All these things it is going to tell us. So question mark, and you can give the name of your data set. So you can check dim. chick weight. So it is having, correct, it is having our 578 rows. It is having 4 columns. So like this, you can use data sets from the outside. You can import them from the outside, and you can also use data sets which is present inside our packages in R. So you can use all these kind of data sets for practice. So different packages are having different data sets. How do you find out that? Simply scroll down and you give this command. So packages all available is equal to true. Then now these are all the different data sets. So in package boot, you have monthly excess returns, AIDS data set you have, air conditioning failure reports, car speeding data sets you have. Like this. So package called cluster, you have these different data sets, animals, agriculture, and so in this manner you can use. So iris data set, if you see, okay, it is present here. What is the package? Iris data set. It is present in data sets package. Your iris. What we have used yesterday. So chick weights, iris, all these data sets you can. So like this, in different packages, you are going to have all these data sets. Yes, thank you very much. So that is how you can try and work out all the things what we have discussed. On different data sets, try to apply whatever functions we have seen so far. And then you can do some data analysis. So attendance link has been circulated. All of you try to check your chat window once. So you will see the attendance link there. Just click on that and try to fill your details, everything. So that is how we have learned some concepts to import our data sets from outside, using our ready-made data sets, some functions we have seen. In this manner, we are going to continue. So we are going to continue to explore our data, because we have to understand our data, we have to understand our columns, and then if our data sets are having null values, then what is the solution? What are the options we have? So these kind of concepts we are going to discuss going forward. So if your data set is having null values, then what is a small change you can do, and you can perform all your computations. So all these topics going forward, we'll be discussing as part of our session. And some more visualizations we'll be discussing. Visualizations. How can you understand your data better? Different visualization packages are there. And what are the additional functions in R for data manipulation? All these things we are going to discuss. Okay, how to use different type of files. Today we have seen CSV files. So like this, you can work on your Excel files also. You can work on your SAS files also. So all these things we are going to see in our discussion going forward. So thank you very much for your time today. And then let us connect back tomorrow again, and then continue our discussion on the remaining topics. And then we'll try to do further data analysis. So till then, take care. Thanks very much for your time. Stay safe, and I'll see you all tomorrow.